I was at a crossroads and I really needed some support to try and sort myself out about where I was going to go and what I was going to do and how I was going to do that. So there's a lot of tension between what my creative practice is and how I was being asked to work. And the work situation is where a lot of my stuff really plays out. So it was really a tension between all those things. It was a bit of a soup, and I needed support to try and make some decisions. But it was more than the decision making. It was more like helping to define the transition, and I could feel it coming. But I don't think I knew that when I was started. When I started, I thought, okay, I'll work on this transition over a slow period of time. I'll get myself sorted out. But it quickly built its own energy, and away I went. I really, really wanted to focus on my creative practice and my creative writing in particular. It was really pushing at me, and I was putting absolutely everything else first.
Yeah.
So it was in the wrong order. So I chose to focus on that for the program because it was necessary, it was clear, and it was obvious if I was going to be able to do it or not, I would be able to see it. Whereas some of the other changes were bigger, and in my mind, they were going to take a longer period of time. There was a lot about permission and a lot about visibility in that. As soon as I started actually taking some action on that and really on the creative project, the focus really swung back to the other one because they were each equally urgent. And really what united them both was just how was I going to show up in the world, really. I think that was the best way of describing it. How is that, what configuration of people and dramas and issues and everything is that going to be, and what the fuck am I going to do about who I'm really meant to be, and how am I going to, give myself permission to do that. So the way that I'm showing up is like, I'm confident in my decisions. I'm caring less about what other people think about them. I'm centered in them. And so the messages I'm getting from other people is it's not like before. It's a sense of, Nettie said to me, you're calm. You're calm this time. You're calm and you're clear. And that's the main difference. And I think the program was just what I needed to really land that on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
Because it's you can get to that spot for a day or so, but staying like that for a consistent period of time is what I think the program really helped with, and our daily practice as well. I remember this one night, which seems like, an age ago now, that I was a completely different person, but I was really suffering from anxiety, and I wouldn't have ever said that I was an anxious person, but looking back on it especially, I was like, well, I never slept more than 6 hours a night for the last year. And I would panic, it would actually wake me up out of sleep. And then I had this one really bad night. And so I just clicked on and found a guided meditation, and there it was. And it was just, it was 2:00 in the morning. What else was I going to do? I just needed someone to talk to me and be with me in that. And so I think having that continuous access to that is great. What I really loved about it was being able to just chop into, like, how do I want my life to look? What's it going to feel like? What's it going to be like? And to make new habits and to focus.
Yep.
Which is why, and I like the fact that it was like aligned to physical fitness, and it just was very real world for me.
Is there anything that you think that you see is possible for you now that wasn't possible for you before?
Being honest about what I want. Being honest to myself, and I love I love the contrast method. I've not used that one before. Because we're taught so much in our world that, don't focus on what you don't want, and it's still sitting there, right?
Yeah. What do you do with that?
Sitting there, like, being so annoying and having so much influence. all the time. You know, I should do this, I should do that, I should please this person, I should have that kind of life, I should.
Wow, that is massive. Like,
You think? Yeah, I guess it is. Yeah, yeah. It's being honest to myself about what I want and having the confidence to express it to other people. People understand that to make a physical change, they need to focus and have some time and have a coach. And so they do join up for things like boot camp, you know, fitness things, challenges, all that sort of stuff. This is exactly the same. So you've got something that's niggling at you that's not right in your life that you want to change, then why wouldn't you put some effort and focus onto just that thing? And it can be so simple. Is what this program will give you is support, clarity, and really practical, useful tools. For some of us, we can think for good or for good reasons that we're not allowed to make those changes for money, or we've got too many people relying on us, and that may well be the case. But when we change how we respond to it, perhaps we can live with it in a way that's not quite so soul-sucking. In my situation, like, I improved my relationships with the people around me drastically.
yeah.
And I showed up in a different way, even though on a meta level, it was all the plates were shifting.
Yeah.
I think you won't regret it. Do it.